So now we're going to talk about the toolbar, which is right over here on the left-hand side. And this might not look so over the top, but don't be fooled. Each one of these tools actually has multiple tools underneath. So I'll click here on the spot healing brush, and you'll see that there's actually 4 more tools relating to healing underneath there. Or if I just click on the normal paintbrush, we've got 2 other tools. And so you can see that, take this toolbox and all the icons in it and times it by 4. And that's how many tools are in here. So this is a really important area of Photoshop. Usually you keep it over to the left-hand side here to try and make as much room for your image so you can view your image as big as possible. Some people like it in the old way where it's like a double row. This makes the most sense to me. And so we'll learn these as we go. I guess you could go through and try each one, but for the most part, I feel like you need to have a specific reason to use each one, and that way you'll really learn it. But one thing that will really save your wrists, if you don't want to get carpal tunnel syndrome, is not just to learn the tools, but learn the little shortcut for the tools, which is just a keystroke on the keyboard. So the crop tool here is just the letter C. And you can see if you just hover your icon, you'll get this little tag brush tool, B. And if you remember those letters, then I can just hit the letter B, no other modifier, or hit the letter C and see how I toggle back and forth between the two. And I find that really convenient. It makes it so that you don't have to, let's say you're working over here in the image, and then you want to go get the brush tool. So right now I'm on the move tool, if you could see it, and it's a little double arrow, but then I want a brush. I just hit the letter B and I go into the brush. So among other little tricks, that is the most convenient, and one of the most important is just remembering those letters, and it makes things simple. But using the tools is not just getting the tool from the toolbox. I really want to point out and emphasize this bar right along here, along the top. Not the applications bar, but right below it. We have what is called the tools option bar. And you'll notice that, okay, right now I'm on the move tool. Now keep your eye up here on the top. I'm going to go down to the spot healing tool. I'm going to go to the clone stamp tool, now to the brush. Do you see that each time that tool options is changing? I feel like this is a hugely overlooked area when people are first learning Photoshop. You cannot use a tool without consulting the options. First of all, someone before you may have said, let's say we want to move something. These options like auto select or move a group versus move a layer, show the transform controls, or all these layout controls. If you don't actually glance at that, at least in the way that you might look in the rearview mirror for cops coming, that's kind of how you want to do it. Like, you really don't want to drive without a rear view mirror. You want to know what's in front of you, what's behind you, and I feel like this tool option bar, the tool is useless if you've got the wrong option set. And I find people getting really frustrated over a tool because let's say they're trying to move something and they can't seem to just click on it and get to that layer. And then they're like, whoops, oh, I forgot auto select. So never forget about your tool options bar. That is the main focus of this video. And know that there's multiple tools underneath each tool, and that it's very handy as we start using these tools to remember just the keystroke for each tool so that you're not constantly working in your image and then traversing all the way across your image to go back and get the tool. So that's it for this video.